Hey, welcome into the Arena, multi-platform gaming news podcast morning show for Wednesday, January 11th, 2023. I'm your host, Expat, along with my co-host, Burley of Burleman Gaming. Burley, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you, man?
I'm tired, man. Lots of stuff I was doing today, running around, of course, the job, and then after that, having to go to the city office and taking care of some paperwork and getting my number card. It's kind of like a number for all numbers, basically.
Oh,
To get things done, or to get like paperwork or something like that. If you need certificates or forms or something like that, it's an easier process to get it. So we get like this my number card. It's good for like 10 years, and then you have to renew it after 10 years or something like that. How about in Canada? Do you have anything like that?
no, we don't have. The only thing I could think would be kind of close would be social insurance.
Okay, like a social insurance card.
Yeah.
I see. Cool. So the Arena Gaming News Morning Show. Today we've got some stories. Playground Games developers, they're leaving to form a new AAA studio called Maverick Games. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about a new controller. So if you have a Switch and you have that, the problem with the Switch, the cons, the Joy-Cons,
The drift.
Yeah. There's an alternative third-party company that's making kind of like GameCube era style controllers that'll work for the Switch. We're going to talk about that as well. And then, of course, Final Fantasy XVI. Obviously, Final Fantasy XVI's producer suggests players that you're not going to play this game on PC. Get a PS5.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that later on. So we're going to get started right after this, so stay tuned. I hit the wrong button, early. It's okay. I hit the wrong button. Yeah, I've got so many video clips in Restream here. I hit the wrong button, but anyway. That's for the main show that we do on the weekends, but anyway. Yeah, you get a first-hand glimpse of it there. Anyway, so Playground Games developers leave to form new AAA studio, Maverick Games. So let me go ahead and throw the link to the story here. So the story is from gamingbolt.com. So we're going to go ahead and check this out. I'm going to go ahead and read a little bit of it for you. So, yeah, it looks like some of these guys, Playground Games, of course, they worked on the Forza Horizon games. So Playground Games has seen some key departures, with several developers leaving to form Maverick Games. According to Games Industry, the AAA Games studio is led by Mike Brown, the creative director of the Forza Horizon series. Based in the Leamington Spa, it's working on a new premium open-world game for consoles and PC. Other veterans joining the studio include executive producer Tom Butcher, former lead producer at Playground, content director Gareth Harwood, audio director Fraser Strachan, and CTO Matt Craven. It also sees Ellie Marshall, former design director at EA, joining as UX and UI director. Ben Penrose joins as art director, having recently been at Shark Mob, but also having experience at Playground Games. And Harinder Sangha serves as COO, with her previous experience including Sega Hardlight and Sumo Leamington. So, quote, in 2021, we shipped Forza Horizon 5, which was a thrill to work on, end quote, said Brown. Quote, as much as I had an amazing journey at Playground, I was asking myself, what's next? Do I stick with this fun, good job? Or do I look for other opportunities? This opportunity came up. I was asked why my vision would be for a new studio, and it was lucky I had an idea in mind, end quote. So there are only 10 employees. Maverick aims to grow to 140 over time. So Burley, your thoughts? I think, hey, if you think you have a chance to make it on your own, I mean, why not go for it? So there's a new independent studio. What kind of games that they're going to be actually working on? Some type of AAA style of game. We don't know as of yet. But your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I'm always happy to see people, if they're like, you know what, they're in a big studio, they're like, you know what, I'd rather just do things on my own, start from the ground up, and make what I want to make and do what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of think he's just like, you know what? I've done my best with the Forza Horizon. I just want to do something different because they're going to be sticking to making Forza Horizon. He knows he's going to be sticking to making the next Forza Horizon, and he probably just wants to do something completely different.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, why not? And they've got talent from other studios.
Right.
So it's like, good on them. I wish them nothing but the best. I can't wait to see what they do.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Burley, question to you. If you were starting your own AAA game studio, what type of AAA game would you work on?
That's a good question.
And for all of you out there in the chat, all of you that are watching this either live or later on in video on demand, let us know in the comments, you know, if you were starting your own AAA gaming studio, what type of AAA game would you work on? So, Burley, what about you?
See, I'd probably go the route of just go do something different than what most of the people are doing right now. I'd go like a platformer. Start off something kind of more similar, kind of more basic. And that's probably the wrong wording to do, but just start off something like that.
Yeah.
And especially since the market, there's a good market for platformers, but we don't get as much as we used to.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, Burley, AAA does not equal basic.
Yeah. No, I mean platformers.
Yeah, an advanced platformer. There you go.
Yeah.
For me, it would be a twin stick shooter. I mean, one of my favorite development studios that's now a part of PlayStation, Housemarque. I mean, they set the bar with with twin stick shooters, and I would make some type of a AAA twin stick shooter. I just love those type of games. That's pretty much my favorite genre when it comes to video games. Because I go way back to the arcade style twin stick shooter type of games. So, the Defenders and all, of course, which of course with PS4 with Resogun, that was an amazing game. So
I knew you were going to bring up Resogun.
Oh, I love Resogun. I can't get enough of that. I mean, it was my game of the PlayStation 4, basically, even though it came out right when the PlayStation 4 released. All through its generation, I loved playing it. So, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see what Playground Games is gonna, the developers that are moving on with Maverick Games, what they're gonna be making. We'll probably find something out in the future here. So,
hopefully they don't do the thing of reveal the game too early.
Yeah, as we were talking about in yesterday's edition of the morning show with Neil Druckmann and Naughty Dog talking about that. Yeah. So. All right, Burley, get the drone ready. This time I won't make the mistake of clicking the wrong video clip. So anyway, here we go. So I am 100% sure on this one. So we'll be right back right after this, and we'll be talking about the new controller for the Switch right after this. Now, Burley, I have to admit, I mean, the last time I went to Akiba and I went to Super Potato, which is the mecca of retro gaming stores in Akiba. I mean, I saw a ton of GameCube controllers, like stacks of them, shrink wrapped and in pristine condition. And they kind of looked like this one. It was pretty cool, man. But I mean, so for all of you out there that have a Switch, maybe you've had a problem with drift on your Joy-Con controllers. I don't know, Burley, have you had drift issues with your controllers?
Oh, I've had drift issues. That's why I have. I don't use the normal Joy-Cons only when I'm playing my Switch handheld. I use a 8-bit Duo controller. But this is something interesting when I saw it, because the thing is, we have Smash on here on the Switch, and they allow you to use the GameCube controller, and everyone has loved the GameCube controller for Smash.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see another company go, here, we're going to make a wireless one and have none of that drift issues, because Nintendo re-put out some GameCube controllers, and third-party people have made their own. And some have been good, some have been bad, let's just say.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and read a little bit of this for you. This is from GamesRadar.com. So, a manufacturer is producing a Nintendo Switch controller that it claims won't suffer from drift in its lifetime. The manufacturer would be NYXI. I think that's how it's pronounced, as first reported earlier on January 9th. So, by Eurogamer, which is putting out a new Nintendo Switch controller. The device, which you can see here in the image, is modeled after the beloved GameCube controller. And what's more, NYXI claims this new controller will never suffer from the dreaded Joy-Con drift. Ever. Ever. It's a pretty bold claim from the manufacturer. Joy-Con drift has been front and center in discussions surrounding the Nintendo Switch for nearly 6 years now, as players around the world have long filed complaints against Nintendo for degradation of the Switch's controllers, causing disruptive and unintended analog stick inputs. Over the NYXI's website, orders for the Wizard controller, so that's what it's called, the Wizard controller, are now officially open, and you can get your hands on the new controller for $69 plus shipping. All things considered, that's not a bad deal, especially when you consider a pair of new Joy-Con controllers from Nintendo usually retail at around $60 to $80, and a standard Pro controller is about $70, and that's what I have, Burley. I have the Pro controller. So, yeah, this looks cool. I mean, I'd like to hear if any of you are getting this. Let us know in the comments how it plays and how it feels when you play Switch games. But, so yeah, any other thoughts on this, Burley? Yeah,
it's nice that it's not just, hey, you can just hold on to this thing and use it like a normal GameCube controller. You can take the left and right off and put them on your Switch like Joy-Cons.
Yeah.
So if you want to take this on the go, but you don't want to put your Switch on the kickstand and be like looking down like that, if you want to hold it up and sit, you can use the controller like this. So I'm curious to see how this controller will do. I hope it does well, and I hope it comes out well, and I hope those that do pick it up enjoy it.
Yeah.
I'll be definitely keeping my eye on it.
Yeah. That's for sure. All right, so next up, we're going to basically talk about Final Fantasy XVI, and for those of you that are going to play Final Fantasy XVI, the reason why you should play it on PS5. We're going to get to that right after this, so stay tuned. So there's been a lot of people that have been, excited to play Final Fantasy XVI. And a lot of these people, maybe most of them, were thinking, hey, we're going to be able to play this on PC as well as on PS5. Obviously, we know that Final Fantasy XVI is not coming to Xbox, unfortunately, because of the kind of the love relationship that Square Enix has for Sony and PlayStation.
I think it's more Sony's been more making deals with Square, and I think that's more of it than a lot. I'm sure Square does like Sony and love Sony back in the day. I think it's more just, hey, you do this for us, do this, and we will push it. Trust me. Oh, we will push this game.
Well, and there's been all the speculation, over the past couple of years that PlayStation's next big acquisition might be Square Enix, but that hasn't come to fruition. But anyway, we have the producer here, Yoshida-san, and he's like in this kind of like a parlor. And he has an interview, and basically he says, "Who told you that the Final Fantasy 16 is coming to PC? It's coming to PS5. It's not coming to PC." So anyway, I'm going to read a little bit of this for you. So I'll go ahead and I'll go ahead and share the link with you here. So let me go ahead and get it for you. So this is from Kotaku. Yeah. Burley's favorite publication. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Just kidding. So anyway, Final Fantasy XVI, the upcoming installment in the long-running JRPG series, drops on June 22nd. We'll see about that, but most likely probably will. As a PlayStation 5 exclusive. Wah, 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 wah. So, yeah, we have our thoughts on that and the exclusivity thing. That exclusivity is a bit of a bummer, as other Final Fantasy games, such as Final Fantasy VII Remake, were also available on PC. And the last mainline entry, Final Fantasy XV, was multi-platform. Unfortunately, at least for now, the new Final Fantasy game will remain on PlayStation 5 only, according to the game's producer. Producer Yoshida Naoki, colloquially known as Yoshi P, was interviewed at a Mahjong tournament, Burley. A Mahjong tournament. Yeah. Ooh. So he's in one of those Mahjong parlors, like kind of like you see in some of the Yakuza games, maybe.
Yep. I knew you were going to bring it right there.
Yeah. It's like, just waiting for Yagami and Kaito to come in and stop everything. Yeah. But he was at a Mahjong tournament over the weekend where he was asked whether Final Fantasy XVI would come to PC. Something Square Enix confirmed when it revealed the game. So Square Enix confirms that it's coming to PC when it's revealed. Almost 2 years ago, right? However, despite the detail found in the footnote text at the bottom of the trailer, Yoshida-san said the release information is wrong, according to a rough, quote, rough translation, end quote, by the Japanese gaming news Twitter account Genki_JPN. Genki means in good spirits, being happy and all. In fact, there may not be a PC version coming at all, as Yoshida-san is apparently suggesting folks go out and buy a PS5 instead. Don't just get a PS5. Nice promotion there. Quote, nobody said a word about a PC version releasing, end quote. Yoshida-san said, quote, why is it like a PC version is releasing 6 months later? Don't worry about that. Buy a PS5. Sorry, I went overboard. We did our best, so please look forward to it, end quote. Burley, your thoughts on this? I mean, what is going on here? I mean, maybe Yoshida-san was pretty inebriated at the time of this interview while playing at this Mahjong tournament or watching. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's like, is it only coming to PS5 or is it PS5 and PC? And Yoshida-san just, didn't know what he was, talking about while he was being interviewed here.
I was just about to ask, do they usually at some of these Mahjong tournaments, do they serve alcohol?
Oh, yes.
So there is the chance he was inebriated. Okay?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, that doesn't surprise me, but it's just, I don't know for sure, and I want to ask because I don't want to look like the dumb Canadian here.
Yeah, I mean, basically, in most of these gambling establishments, like at Pachinko or even, at the Mahjong, places, it's a tournament. So yeah, obviously there's going to be alcohol there. Yeah. Okay.
Fair enough. So yeah, I think this is multitude of things here. He's really just trying to keep Sony happy and be like, hey, no, play it on PS5, get a PS5, get it there. Mm-hmm. There we go, Sony. We're making you happy. We're keeping you happy. We're doing with what deals we have with you.
Yeah.
I think he's just also, and it also could be he's just like, he doesn't have, let's say, direct development on the PC version maybe, and is just like, I don't want to talk about that. I got the PS5 version. It's made for the PS5. Let's just talk about that because that's what I know.
Right.
I think it'll come to PC. Yeah. It's just a matter of he's more focused on just getting this damn thing done.
Well, it could be like Sony's strategy, in the near future when it comes to games coming, like their AAA titles, for example, coming to PC. They might have the same strategy with the Final Fantasy games. Like God of War. God of War Ragnarok is eventually, it's coming to PC. Of course, Horizon came to PC. So I'm sure the Final Fantasy game is going to come to PC as well. Maybe 6 months later, who knows? But yeah, it's going to come, I think. But obviously, they're going to push the PS5.
Oh yeah.
So, and now that Jim Ryan and everybody says that the stock is not an issue now when it comes to PlayStations in stores, why not promote this? You know, because yeah, June 22nd is right around the corner. So yeah, it's only 6 months out. So why not just promote the PS5 as much as possible? You know,
Yeah.
There's no PS5, there's no PC version. What are you talking about? Get a PS5.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
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 Now that's what we should do with Carl. You know, it's like it's not coming. Just don't play it on Xbox. Get a PS5.
Yeah.
You know what he'd say?
He'd say, "Hell no."
No.
Yeah, and I can't blame him on that.
Well, he's eventually gonna get a PS5, but you know, when it's right for him, you know, and the game that he wants to play.
At least the price hasn't got up in his area.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
The North American market, like a U.S. market, was the other one that didn't get affected. Canada, Japan, all the others. But the U.S., because they want to remain more competitive in the U.S.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So before we finish up, Burley, did you see the story about the reviews? The reviews are in for The Last of Us TV show.
I did hear that I saw that story has come out and people are reviewing it. I have yet to read the reviews.
Yeah. I'll just say this: they're pretty good. They are pretty good. So
yeah.
You know, I think it's no surprise that most of these publications are saying that it's the greatest video game adaptation. So yeah, we shall see. Of course, we're going to be doing our recap and review episodes of each episode, which is starting this coming weekend, Burley. Yeah, and I think the first episode, what is the runtime on it? Like an hour and 20 minutes or something?
Yeah, 85 minutes or 87 minutes, something to that effect.
I think that's the longest, like, preview episode, you know, or the premiere episode of a show on HBO Max. So, yeah, we shall see. But
I believe you're right. Yeah, it is. Yep, yeah. 1 hour 25 minutes.
Hour 25 minutes, man. That's gonna be a long recap and review for us. Yeah, so looking forward to it, though.
It's like a half your average movie.
Yeah, it's almost like a movie in itself.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to it because I have beaten the first game and I have beaten Left Behind.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see how well this is going to go.
Yeah.
Like I said on Twitter, I like the game.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, Last of Us is overhyped. That definitely came at the right time. Like if I think it would have came now, it wouldn't have been looked as well and as well received as it did. Like I think people would still enjoy it, but people would not be heralding it as the first game as a 10 out of 10. It's perfect. It's a masterpiece.
Yeah. Okay, here's a trivia question for you, Burley. What's the name of the fungus that infects people in the game?
The cordyceps, isn't it?
That's right, cordyceps. Yeah. And in real life, what does cordyceps do?
Wasn't it like that was the one that was like it's the spore and it goes on to ants and takes control of the ant and eventually.
That's right. Yeah. Yep. And that's what Neil Druckmann, when he was doing his research on cordyceps, he's like, okay, so now we can, make a mutation and make it, affect humans. So I'm really interested to see how they introduce the cordyceps in the show. It supposedly affected crops or something like that in the farming areas or something. So, it'll be interesting to see for sure. So we got a lot of content coming for you. Some programming notes, of course. The next episode of Star Wars: The Bad Batch is out now. I will be posting my spoiler recap episode of episode 3. Of course, which dropped on Disney Plus. Episodes 1 and 2 were last week, and I have that video up already. You can go and check that out here on the Arena Productions. And of course, Willow, the final episode of the first season dropped, and we'll be doing this weekend a review of season 1. So stay tuned for that. And of course, The Last of Us we're going to be doing from next week. So yeah, we got a busy slate coming up. You know, February's right around the corner. Of course, for our Warp Factor 10 show is coming back. Star Trek Picard, the final season 3. But did you hear what Patrick Stewart said? Patrick Stewart said this might not be the last season. There's always possibilities. You know?
Oh God, no! This season 2 should have ended it.
Yeah. We shall see. We shall see. I think that this season will be the final season.
It better be.
Yeah, I know Burley's like he's really looking forward to watching it for sure, and doing those
that's
review
the words
episodes.
we'll go with.
Yeah. Well, I know you're looking forward to season 4 of Lower Decks. Yeah, that's a great show. Love Lower Decks, man. That's some good stuff. So yeah, and we'll be doing review episodes of that too. So we're looking forward to that. So yeah, so stay tuned for that. So be sure to hit that like and the subscribe and the notification bell if you enjoyed this episode, and for the notifications, of course, whenever we drop a new episode or video here on the Arena Productions, you will be notified. So yeah, be sure to hit those like and subscribe and notification buttons. So yeah, so good stuff. And of course, like I said, leave us any comments you might have on the episode or any of the previous episodes we did. So we'd love to read your comments. Yeah. Burley, any last words before we sign out for this edition of the morning show?
Well, just first of all, thank you to anyone watching this live, or if you're watching this just the video up on YouTube.
Video on demand,
so
yeah.
Yep. And don't forget, we do have, if you can and you want to do some extra support, we do have the join button here. You can become a member. You can get little emoticons for the morning show and other live streams we will be doing throughout the year.
Yeah, little emoticons for like Lower Decks, of course, with Beckett. Yes, and good stuff. And we got to get one of Burley squinting like that when he has his allergies going. So
yes.
Yeah, allergy season, like here in Japan, is right around the corner. You know, right when the spring hits, boom. Yeah, a lot of people start getting affected by it. So
mine are all year. It's dust mites for me.
Oh, yeah.
So, but you know what? Here's the thing. Like for a while, they were not bothering me at all. So it's like, you know what? Everyone's been getting sick. Everyone's been getting COVID. I've never had it. If my allergies are just acting up, I will take that over any of the other stuff.
Okay. So, yeah. So The Last of Us Part 3's premise is going to be dust mites. Yeah. Dust mites. Yeah.
Don't give me all ideas.
We end the show on dust mites, Burley. Yeah, talking about dust mites. All right, so that's going to do it for us. I've been your host, Expat, along with my co-host, Burlerman Gaming. We hope to catch you tomorrow for the Thursday edition of the morning show. So until then, have a great day, and we hope to catch you tomorrow. So take care, everyone. Peace out.